Hello. So I am coming to you this afternoon, obviously in a very interesting way. I am actually in the process of taking out this hairstyle. As you can see, I'm not done. Just wanted to come and just show you all a little bit of the reality of motherhood. Somebody recently asked me how I'm coping with motherhood. Instead of just talking about it, I wanted to show a little bit of it. I have a 2-year-old and a 1-month-old. Okay, it's been quite busy around here, and motherhood is a new season of life that just requires readjusting, learning, as well as prioritization. And for me, being a mom of 2 is definitely new, and I've got 2 different age groups with different needs. So this morning, baby was sleeping, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and just take out my hair while he sleeps. And then my daughter also went to sleep, so I was like, okay, this is great. I can just go ahead and take out my hair. And so while I was doing that, baby woke up. In the middle of taking out my hair, I decided to nurse the baby. While I was doing that, my daughter woke up, and so she came and she sat with us here. And literally, I don't even know how it happened, but all of us just slept. Like, we literally just slept. Like, I had the baby on my lap on a nursing pillow. I just fell asleep. She hadn't finished sleeping, so she slept again. And then the baby was sleeping. So we just kind of woke up from a nap, and I just realized my hair, obviously it's not done. Sometimes I cast my mind back to when I was single. If you're single, you have all the time in the world. Those of you that are single, okay? Don't rush to get married. Yes, marriage is beautiful. It is, being a mom is a wonderful thing. It is beautiful. But marriage and motherhood both have a lot of responsibility. And if you're not ready for it, you're going to be overwhelmed. And even by the grace of God, those of us that are currently in it, it's not easy. Motherhood is not easy. Take your time to pray, marry the right person, okay? And put all the right things in place before you become a mom, like getting your degree. Make sure that you go to school, you get your degrees, you settle all of that. Focus on your education right now. Get all your degrees, and so that when you get married, you don't have to worry about school. When you are a mother, you don't have to worry about school. You got all of that stuff squared out, okay? Talking about motherhood, I see it as a ministry. So how do I cope with this ministry? First and foremost, prayer is one of my biggest ways of coping, because that is how I am able to express myself, share my emotions, share my thoughts, share my challenges with God, and then seek the help that I need. The Bible tells us to train up our children in the way of the Lord, so that when they grow, they will not depart from it. Well, the only way that that's going to happen is through prayer. And so prayer is critical. Through prayer, we're able to invest into our children's lives. So I just created a folder in my phone that says prayers for my children, and it is scripturally based. So basically, I'm praying the Bible over them. There are scriptures that I've taken that I pray over their lives. How do I cope with motherhood? First of all, like I said, through prayer. Number 2, identifying help and getting help. And I mean like external assistance with children. For us, that means my mom. My mom has been a great help. She cooks for us. She takes care of my daughter. I was still pregnant with our son, and I was going to work. I take my daughter to my mom, and I just had the peace of mind that she was being well taken care of, and she was well taken care of. You need to be able to have help. And sometimes help means maybe even like paying for somebody that can cook for you. Maybe someone who's already a chef who makes food that your family will like. Maybe paying for them, so that that's something that you don't have to do. I do believe that it's important as a mom to cook for your family, and also to cook high quality and healthy meals. In certain unique situations, like for example, you just had a baby, you just came from the hospital, and you don't have any immediate support around you, it may be necessary during that immediate postpartum stage to maybe order like healthy food that somebody else has cooked that your family can eat during that period of time. Also for childcare, who's taking care of your children? hopefully you have family around that can help you. If you don't have family, look at the child care within your community and just make sure that it is a high quality child care. If that is daycare for you, just make sure that it is a high quality daycare that has good reviews. You can perhaps leave your children if that's the only choice that you have. By God's grace, we don't have to take our children to daycare because we do have my mom who is taking care of them. And I'm so grateful to God for that. But if that is the only option for you, then you need to prayerfully look into that. Because another thing is, children, they're so delicate, and actually an area that I pray for my children is their heart, their mind, and their physical being, that the Lord will protect them, like protect their heart, their mind, and their physical being. There's a lot going on with children in our world, children being abducted, children being molested, children, the enemy is still after children. And so when you have children, you have to really be very careful about who is taking care of them. It's critical. It's not just about dropping them off at some daycare and just going off to work because you have to make money and take care of them. Yes, you have to do that, and that's another responsibility of yours. But you need to prayerfully ensure that where you are taking them, the Lord has actually led you, because they are very delicate human beings. Number 3 is prioritization. Many times when my children are sleeping, I ask myself, what can I do right now that they're not awake, that I will not be able to do if they're awake? And I started having that thought process when I first had my daughter, because when she's sleeping, I'm like, okay, what is the thing or the things that when she's awake, I just can't do, that I can do right now? So that is the prioritization portion. So that I am maximizing their sleeping time. Like, for example, for my hair, I knew that the best time for me to do it is when they're both sleeping. I just happened to not be able to finish. Other thing about coping is being able to talk about motherhood. If you have maybe like a mother friend, or even your spouse, I talk to my husband about the challenges of being a mom, because there are challenges. Yes, it's not always rosy. There are challenges, especially when you have a toddler. She's at that training stage where we are training her. And so it's not always easy. Being able to have somebody to talk through those challenges with is very, very important for mental health. Able to express how you're feeling, being able to just have that outlet. Talk to him about how I'm feeling, what's going on, the challenges and everything. We pray together on these things. We pray about how to bring up our daughter, especially at this critical stage of her life. So far, that is what is helping me. Let me know if you're a mom. How do you cope with motherhood? What are the things that have really helped you in your motherhood journey, in your season of motherhood? How are you really dealing with it? The responsibilities of motherhood, etc., etc. I pray that the Lord gives us all the wisdom and the strength and the grace to be able to do this mothering ministry that He has given unto us. All right, until I talk to you again, bye-bye for now.